Little trains in a big world, moving slow, chugging through valleys where no winds blow. Painted hills and plastic trees, quiet whispers of old memories. Little trains, little dreams, rolling softly through the seams. Tiny tracks in a giant land, guided gently by a steady hand. Accurately built with a craftsman's care, tiny bridges hanging.
I'm just going to do a little bit of soldering, although it's difficult. I'm not left-handed and this is my left hand, and it's quite a gap. And it's not that bright here. Although, I've just thought of something. Now have a bit of light on the matter. Let's see, so I need to get these to be level, also held together. I'm wondering, would I lift my extension lead up? Place it on the layer. Carefully. Wondering if I'm going to have enough leverage on this side. I might have enough. Drop this wire's caught on trees. Drop that wire that way around. And then put that under like that there. There we go. That'll be better for me. I do fully anticipate I will melt a sleeper or two doing this. That is typically what I end up doing. There's enough solder down there. It's not very straight. Anything in this box? That it? No. A flathead. So then I can hold that rail down. There. While trying to connect these two together. If I can get enough solder on so they like stick together. This is the messiest job I've ever done down here. It's a good job that no one will see this job once it's done. and 26 views online. I'm also wary of burning my bridge. No, not got enough solder there yet. This is proving very difficult, this one. It's not sticking. See, all the others have managed to make it stick to the rail, but for some reason this one here. Oh, hang on, I've got a big blob on that now. We're getting there. Set it up. It is level. It's set what was set wrong. Alright, that's there. So just gotta hold this nice and steady. Nice and steady. Not set yet. It's getting there. Melted an awful lot of sleepers doing this one. No. Just move this wire out of the way a minute. I don't typically want it. It gets hot that way. Oh. needs to go down a little bit. It's there though, they are connected. Just a little too soon. And one set. That's set. Right, let's run a train and see if that's any better. Hopefully it should pass with no problems whatsoever. Hopefully. Here it comes. It still has issues. In fact, the worst. Let's move this coach out of the way because we don't want to be melting that by mistake. I think it's that rail, I think is going to be the better one. Oh, I've melted that sleeper. So the problem is the tip of this iron doesn't get very hot. Or at least it takes its time getting hot. Which is what the problem is. See, now that is disconnected again from there. You can see how hot the rail's got. I need to get that solder remelted. There we go. Might work. Just try this coach. It works okay that way. But again, the rail's coming this way. See, as soon as it gets to oops. Melted the other rail. I want to try and switch these. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Because I'm just not very good with this hand. Will melt. Oops. No, almost. Oh, hang on. I'd say all my solder's moved, but if need be, I'll have to just replace an entire section. I don't think that's any different than what it was, to be honest. Nope. Melted in there. See, and then although that looks like that solder is connected, it's really not. It's connected, just not to the bit you want. It looks just as bad as it did before, if I'm honest, but you know, I say just as bad as it did before, but it's now working. So let me put my iron down, get my train out the tunnel. Run my train round and see where we're up to. Much better. No stopping, no starting. Just straight over like there's nothing wrong. Which is correct, because there is nothing wrong. Take care of this solder joint here, because this solder joint's gone. So this should be a bit simpler, because I believe it should already have some solder on it. All I need to do is add let me just put you on that side. All I need to do is add a little bit more. That should have done it, and then I don't know if this solder joint is broke or not. think it is. Let's give that a go. Train stopped. So that's not fixed that problem. Roll the train back and track power off. So I don't know if this has fish plates on. Let me just roll and push the train even further back. I don't know if this has fish plates on or it's all soldered in place or what. Let's heat the rail up. I think that's got it. I've done the work. Let's try that now. I'll use the solder to work this one out. Right, it's the frog blade. So I have also repaired that. So you missed the bit where I managed to get it across. So I managed to do that one, so now it's the same on the back side, apart from I've got a bloody paper wall now in my way. Which makes things nice and interesting. But I'll probably try and do the same thing. Plenty of solder. Line them up. Which they pretty much are. Lined them up. Burn my hands. Don't think that's going to work. Just bend a little bit more. This inside one's broke, which works in a way in my favour because it means I can get this outside one more lined up. That's that one done. Let me get my trusty screwdriver for this one. What I want to do is push that rail slightly into line. Oh, I think I need a little bit more on that. It's going. This is the problem with using a cheap soldering iron. them in there, but that's not high enough. Shit. Might be in there. Let me get my trusty coach. Because the trains are going to be running that direction here. Yeah, that seems fine. And I will tackle that on this side another day. But that track's in place, ready. So there we go, right, unplug that. And we are all done. So we've got smooth operation across here. This is lined up ready for me to start pulling that up. I'll have to do a solder joint there, and probably one down there. I've got to sort that bit of tunnel out first as well though. So this will come round following roughly the same guide as that into that one. And then that just leaves us to have to do the bridge on that side, which I have got some of the bits already. So they're here. I just need to spend a couple of minutes, which I'll do in a minute off camera, snapping off the edges, and then I'll line that up, and then I need to solder on that side as well. Under the tunnel, that's going to be tricky, but I'll manage it somehow. I've got a big board downstairs, so I'll probably put that to sit on, because the boards end not long after that. And then yeah, we're nearly done 2 loops. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this brief insight. I am getting around to doing more detailed stuff as we go, but for now it's just bits and bobs as I go, as I am able to do them, pretty much. I need to do something with that. Might have to add a dropper to the other side. So yeah, it's just as I manage to do stuff at the moment, and I'm saving a lot for when Sean comes over and we can have a play then. But that's so much better, so much better. And all that will obviously get sorted out when we redo that bit of board anyway. I'm not too sure whether he's got an idea for that that's better than that, but we'll see. But yeah, now everything's working. We've now got flawless loop, which is absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to crack on with cracking these off, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.
A miniature world where the heart can play. A grown-up's toy, a secret delight, underneath lamps in the soft amber light. A hobby of wonder, a child's refrain, riding forever on a model train. Little trains, little dreams, rolling softly through the seams. Tiny tracks in a giant land, guided gently by a steady hand. In a big world, little trains sigh, endless journeys, no goodbye. Small wheels turning.